You see people driving luxury cars, living in massive mansions, and spending money like it's never going to run out. They look rich, but are they actually wealthy? There's a big difference between the two, and most people don't even realize it. Being rich is all about making money, but being wealthy, that's about keeping and growing money. About building a life where you never have to worry about running out. The truth is, plenty of rich people go broke because they don't understand how to turn money into lasting financial security. So what really separates the rich from the wealthy? And more importantly, how can you make sure you're building real wealth instead of just chasing a high-income lifestyle? Let's break it down. The definition of being rich. Being rich typically means having a high income and enjoying an expensive lifestyle. Rich people might own luxury cars, live in lavish houses, and take extravagant vacations. They may have a well-paying job, a successful business, or another source of high earnings. However, being rich does not necessarily mean having financial security. Many people who are considered rich still live paycheck to paycheck. They earn a lot but also spend a lot, often without building any long-term financial safety net. If a rich person loses their job or their business fails, their financial situation can collapse quickly. The problem with being rich is that it often depends on maintaining a steady stream of income. Once that income stops, their lifestyle becomes unsustainable. A key characteristic of being rich is focusing on short-term financial gains rather than long-term stability. Many rich people prioritize spending over saving and investing. They buy expensive items to showcase their success, but they may not have significant investments or passive income sources. Without a financial strategy for the future, a rich person can quickly become broke if unexpected circumstances arise. The definition of being wealthy. Wealthy individuals may not always have the same flashy lifestyle as rich people, but they have something far more valuable: financial independence. Being wealthy means having assets and investments that generate income, allowing a person to maintain their lifestyle without needing to work actively. Wealth is about financial security and sustainability. A wealthy person has multiple streams of income, such as rental properties, stocks, and businesses. Even if they stop working, they still earn money from their investments. Wealthy people understand that financial success is not just about making money, but also about keeping and growing it. They prioritize smart investments and long-term financial planning. One of the biggest advantages of being wealthy is having freedom. While rich people often feel the pressure to keep working to maintain their lifestyle, wealthy individuals have the financial security to make choices based on what they want rather than what they need. Wealth allows people to retire early, pursue passions, and live without constant financial stress. Why many rich people go broke? There are countless stories of celebrities, athletes, and lottery winners who made millions only to lose it all. The reason is simple: having a high income does not automatically translate to financial stability. Many rich people fail to manage their money wisely, leading to financial disaster. One of the biggest reasons rich people go broke is lifestyle inflation. When people start earning more money, they often increase their spending instead of saving or investing. They buy bigger houses, fancier cars, and expensive clothes, assuming that their high income will last forever. However, if they lose their main source of income, they have no financial backup to support their lifestyle. Another common mistake is failing to invest in assets. Many rich individuals spend their money on liabilities, things that lose value over time rather than on investments that generate income. A wealthy person invests in real estate, stocks, and businesses that provide long-term financial security. A rich person, on the other hand, may spend their money on luxury cars and designer clothes that do not contribute to their financial growth. Poor financial planning is another reason why many rich people go broke. Without a solid financial strategy, it is easy to make bad investments or accumulate too much debt. Many high-earning individuals do not take the time to understand financial management, leading them to make poor financial decisions that jeopardize their wealth. How to build wealth instead of just being rich. Transitioning from being rich to being wealthy requires a shift in mindset and financial habits. One of the most important principles is spending less than you earn. Many rich people struggle financially because they spend as much as they earn, or even more. Wealthy individuals, however, focus on keeping their expenses low compared to their income. They prioritize saving and investing over unnecessary spending. Investing in assets that grow over time is another crucial step toward wealth. Wealthy individuals do not just rely on a high salary. They invest in income-generating assets such as real estate, stocks, and businesses. Rental properties, for example, provide passive income, while stocks appreciate over time and offer dividends. The key is to ensure that money is always working, rather than sitting idle or being spent on short-term pleasures. Diversifying income sources is also essential. Many wealthy people have multiple streams of income so that if one source dries up, they still have financial security. This might include rental income, dividends from investments, business profits, or passive income from intellectual property such as books or music royalties. Having multiple income streams ensures financial stability even in uncertain economic conditions. Making smart financial decisions is another important habit of the wealthy. True wealth is built through careful financial planning, including managing debt wisely, having an emergency fund, and making strategic investments. Wealthy individuals take the time to educate themselves about financial management and work with experts to make informed decisions. Unlike rich individuals who might make impulsive financial choices, wealthy people think long-term and focus on financial sustainability. Finally, wealthy individuals prioritize building generational wealth. While rich people often focus on making money for themselves, wealthy people think about creating financial security for future generations. They educate their families about financial literacy, set up trusts and investment accounts, and establish businesses that can be passed down. By thinking long-term, they ensure that their financial success benefits not only themselves, but also their children and grandchildren. At first glance, being rich and being wealthy may seem similar, but they are fundamentally different. Rich people may have high incomes and luxurious lifestyles, but they often lack long-term financial security. Wealthy people, on the other hand, focus on building and maintaining financial independence through smart investments, multiple income streams, and careful planning. The difference between being rich and being wealthy ultimately comes down to mindset and financial habits. A rich person might spend all their money on luxury items, while a wealthy person invests in assets that generate income. A rich person might rely on a high-paying job, while a wealthy person ensures they have financial independence even if they stop working. The key to lasting financial success is understanding that wealth is not about how much money you make, but how much money you keep and grow. By focusing on financial education, smart investments, and long-term planning, anyone can transition from simply being rich to becoming truly wealthy. The choice is simple. Do you want short-term riches, or do you want lasting financial freedom? So that's it for today. If you like this video, then please hit the like and subscribe button for more videos. Thanks for watching.